Hello, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Sunbreak. Today is maybe just gonna be Hazard Amatsu. It's gonna take a while. I don't know for certain how long it will take, but I can't remember the name. But Melody Mayhem. I'm hoping it will go okay, but I don't know. I already did that. I don't know how much it changes. Since yesterday, I did a couple runs of normal Amatsu. It should be fine, but I mean, even the second hunt I did was like 18 minutes-ish, and it could have been faster if I hadn't spent time trying to get a Kitnator to hit Amatsu multiple times and failing because it wouldn't move. Very frustrating. But that was with followers, so my guess is this will take at best like 35 minutes. At worst, I will fail it because I'll die. So I'll see how it goes. I hope it goes smoothly. And if it's not smooth, I hope it's at least interesting. I hope it has different moves and not just faster, more HP type stuff. Because more moves, different attacks is much more interesting as a way to make a Hazard version. Though, Hazard Primordial is pretty interesting. And I think it does have a few different attack styles, but it's mostly the same. So I don't know. I missed because I missed. I'm gonna make use of those as much as I can because it's good for part breaking, basically. It's kind of interesting though that the pals don't attack in this context. The Palico, the Palamute. I should be countering stuff like that. Ooh. Oh, I thought it was about to do a different attack. And then it goes wider on the last swipe. It's a very different fight when you're not set up with followers, because it actually focuses in a way that somehow that missed. It focuses in ways that make a little bit more sense, but it's also like, sure, it makes more sense, but it is kind of detrimental. Ooh, that's different, I think. I might be crazy, but I don't think I've seen it do that, where it does a water ball up into the air, shoot another water ball. It's possible that that's a normal move I just haven't seen. Should counter. Of course it stares at me and then doesn't target me. Actually, first phase is probably a fairly safe time to use the ZSD if I can hit it. Not now because I'm too low HP because I'll die, but I should probably grab the Brewer. But yeah, now it's a spin. This is the normal thing it does. So I think that is a different change, is a change, which I'm happy about. I haven't fought the normal version enough to be like, oh, I recognize this attack, all the attacks. Oh, that's obnoxious. I hate this stupid... You can only use left trigger A. You can't use left trigger Y. It's... why? What is the logic behind that? Why make it so you can only use one wire bug type? Like, you can't use the right trigger. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense to not be able to use a wire bug when, like, the way the wire bug controls our input are not like an internal facet of wire bugs. Like, there's no... I don't think there's any in-world justification for why, oh, you can only launch yourself sideways and not upwards and sideways, or diagonally upwards. Like, it's such an obnoxious implementation that you can only do it. Oh, you can only use A instead of Y. Oh wait, double sweep. Yep. Because it's the secondary phase. Heal me enough? Yeah, that should be enough.
This is going to hurt.
Get me out of here.
Thanks for the support.
Dangle for a bit. I could actually shoot it with this, but I'm gonna let it sit for now. Save that for later phases. Because it'll be good for that later. Why? Probably a bad idea. Weird latch. That should have gone tail, I think, but...
It's all over for you.
Sweep. I want to sharpen.
Now's my chance.
These are fine to run away from for now. I saw the cannon well, no, actually the cannon came back. Kind of hoped that it might trigger Powder Mantle. It wouldn't make sense if it did. I just thought it'd be funny. That's interesting. I think Powder Mantle drops when you get hit to some extent. It's interesting how that is actually a detrimental effect of the cannon brace. Not close enough.
Humans could learn from you.
Ooh, slightly off. But it's still, like, kind of a relaxed hunt most of the time. Intrepid Heart triggering there is always goofy. The reach on this follow through of the tail. So far it just seems, up to now, it just seems like it had one different move. Get off. This seems like it might be where it would change more, honestly. I think those are the same. That's still the same. That's still the same. Stamina. Too much running. Oops. Spin. I think that's the same. It's just that's a variant of the normal mode that's not different for hazard. I could focus tail, but I'd rather focus here, because I think I do better damage here. Because I think face is 75 dragon? Or not 75, 25. 25 is the highest it ever, well 30. But 25 is the highest. That's different. That's a different, I think, combo. Okay, please hit the Kitnator. It's not going to move, is it? That's a pretty funny location for it to be. No, it's gonna... Oh, sweet, it actually worked. I didn't expect that to actually succeed.
Thanks for the support.
Didn't last long, but... lasted long enough. I really like... that tornado attack is so good. Because, like, it's properly dodgeable in a way that's relatively aggressive. Whereas, like Kushaladora is dodgeable. I half expect to be hit by that. I don't know what I'm doing. But Kushaladora's, like, wall of tornadoes isn't bad. It's easy to dodge, but it's not as interesting to dodge through. Because it just sort of feels like it's spammy and not, like, carefully designed. I need to keep in mind that I need to stay near these. Yeah, that's a different combo. I don't think the base version did that order of attacks. I should be countering stuff. I think it might do something different here. No, that's still normal. I need to prepare to also shoot it with a binding. This is the exact attack that I think is the best choice. Mostly because it's just kind of a long delay, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a better attack to counter.
Wonderful work, my friend.
Let me get some tail hits in, please. Nice. Please don't die. Oh, okay, that does knock me out of the ZSD. That's good to learn. That is actually like a guaranteed death combo. So never ZSD ever, unless it's downed. Because if it starts that tornado, I will get comboed very easily. Which is such a shame. No. Why did... I mean, the wirebug didn't shoot. Yeah, that's fine.
I shall use this chance wife.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let this happen. Wait for it to clear. I'm already on the opposite side of the map. Does a lot of damage. I'm assuming that's part of it. That the hazard version just does increase damage. Which is fine. It's just not very interesting. But I think it does have different attacks, so I'm happy with that. I really hope that it still has an apex show up, because that's just the most fun part of the Amatsu fight, honestly. Is an apex and ogre showing up, and not having that feels like such a waste. I think I don't want to be here.
Some humans could learn from you.
Nope, just lightning. I really do like that attack. It's not difficult to dodge, but there's a certain... It's just a nice flow to dodging it. It's easy, but... Oh, okay. Yeah, because this you have to... press Y. Also, Utsushi talked there. Did I take damage as I fell because I fell too early? Because I started hanging too early? What is it doing? Oh. It's one of the least brace yourself worthy attacks. Like, it's dangerous, but it's not worthy of a brace yourself.
Wonderful work, my friend.
Spin. Want to use cannons. I want to aim for the tail, see if it can help with the cut. But I'd rather hit Amatsu. Actually making contact is more important. Yeah, like, it's definitely a few different attacks. Or different, you know, order of attacks at least. Oh, no, I want out. I think the lightning is still pretty dangerous. I feel like it's such a missed opportunity. Like, I think if the, like, tornado suction there could have pulled you in so that you dangled towards it, it would be so much more fun.
An excellent opportunity.
Okay, that takes slightly longer than I thought. Do I only have... No, I have to have 3 levels if I have any levels of Sharpen. Because in terms of Sharpen, I only have the level... the high level decoration. And the high level decoration gives 3 levels worth, and that's max. Please hit. Thank you. I don't know. I think so
Thanks for
far
the support.
it feels a little bit lesser than Malzeno in terms of hazards. Oh. Surprised that it went to the center for that, but there could still be another, like, extra final phase or something that will happen. See, it's impossible to conclude anything at this point. Not what I hit. Now, obviously... Okay. It's also a question of sort of... gear. Because imagine that if I did this right after I did the Amatsu, it would be very difficult. Quick sheath was slightly too slow. That was just greed. Like, it hits hard, for sure. Oh, that's an unfortunate place for it to start. And honestly, if the hazard removes the Wyvern Ride phase, I'm gonna be let down. That's just such a fun part. And it's a clear indication that the fight is almost over. Okay. I still don't really know the tell that differentiates that attack from the circle that just expands. I should probably learn that. And it would definitely help. Lightning means that I can't be stationary. I should probably hit it here. It's probably better to hit it. This is only like 1,000 damage. Oh, what? Oh. It actually only... Okay. It loads one ammo at a time. I guess. Let's let it just fly. I haven't picked up a single wire bug this entire time, have I? I also haven't tried to counter in a while. Nope. See, I don't know the proper tell for that. I really need to figure that out properly. I don't think it's difficult, I just think I don't pay attention. That feels like the best one to counter, or to restrain it on. Unless it is possible to restrain the lightning attack. Oh, sick. I'm so happy. Please be a Malzeno or something instead. It's a Volstrax! Oh, that's so good. I'm so happy about that. Oh, that's so good. I love it. That makes me really happy. Oh, that's so good. Excellent. It's not a Risen, though, which is kind of... Well, I know why it isn't, but... You slow Volstrax. If only it was a Risen, because Risen is so much better at... Like, it has a quicker backwards strong attack instead of that laser. So it hits, it doesn't need the huge wind-up. Don't fail now. I can't lose this mounted Punisher. Because the Risen Volstrax, the backward strong attack does so much more. It's quicker because it's just a rocket blast where it dashes forward. No, VSD would be death. I would die if I did it.
It's up to something!
Yeah, this is fine. I kind of don't like... I'm glad it happens this way, but I kind of don't like that post Superman I don't get hit by the wind there. Like, it would be awful if I did, but it just feels weird that I'm still iframed at that stage. It's targeting my cat. Ooh, I didn't actually think it turned that much. Such a large explosion. Okay. Back to actually doing damage. Nope. I think I was relatively lucky there. This might be good. Yeah, this is good. I think there's a good chance that I don't get the tail cut, though. Which is fine. Because the parts that I need are not based on the tail. Well, actually, no. I think there's technically a chance of getting the special Dragon's Fire? Dragon, whatever. I think that one can drop from the tail. It's just not common. Is there a Hazard Geismagorm? I don't think I've seen one. But it feels like there really should be. Just because he's like the main... the real main boss. That was a little closer than I was hoping for. He only went for one. Weird. It only went for one.
Wonderful work, my friend.
Oh, yeah. I could cannon it from here. No, the cannon is on that side, so I'd not be able to cannon it, because I would fail to do anything. I could have gone closer for sure. Oh wait, no, it was this cannon. Shoot, I don't have the directions straight. Ooh, spicy. I'm just hoping that this does good tail damage. What a useless Intrepid Heart trigger. I should have been hit there. Ooh, it's sparkling in the chest area for some reason. Kind of worrying. I've never noticed it before, but maybe it's existed previously. Maybe that shows build up to the super attack. That would be cool to actually notice that now. Maybe as that becomes more intense, or the electricity becomes more intense, it's indicating that you need to get near a great wire bug. That would be cool. Better to be safe than sorry. Oh no, too far. That was too far. Because of evade extender. But I always have evade extender, so I should have expected it. Ooh, thick. I actually did get the tail cut. I'm still feeling like it's about to lightning. I don't... I hate this attack. Am I supposed to... Like, in the normal mode even, I hate it. I'm dead. I hate that attack. I don't understand it. So, I guess you can right trigger that one instead of Y or A. Maybe I have to go straight and I'm not supposed to dodge outwards. I hate it. Hello. I just never figured out how it worked. I should have just accepted getting hit. And then that would have been awful. And then wire recovering after so I didn't get hit by the extra follow-up. Like I did there and I wouldn't have died. I'm kind of surprised that it's not in the capture range though. It's been a little bit since the Wyvern ride, so I would have thought it would be in range by now. It's too close. That's a good hitbox. Because visually it did not hit me, and it also didn't do damage, so I'm happy. I fully expected to get hit though, because normally the hitboxes are not quite that clean. Excuse me. Difficult to mute while fighting a hazard monster. It has to be about to hit. Oh, that was very quick. It has to be, well I might as well. I have 4 more max potions total. It should be really close. Unless there's gonna be like a second Wyvern ride, which would be pretty funny.
Some humans could learn from you.
Stupid sliding on... Stupid sliding.
Now's my chance.
Just... I hate sliding. I don't have a good reason to hate sliding other than it has gotten me killed multiple times, but... E.
Brace yourself!
Sliding. I hate sliding and wall riding. I want those to no longer exist. Hammer would suffer, but Hammer can live with that.
What an embarrassment!
Hammer can live without the slide, spin, jump. If I don't have to slide ever again. I know I just need to not run, but hey, you can't Superman dive if you're not running. Just make Hammer suffer. Everyone else can have a better time. The game would be so much better. Wouldn't actually be better, but it's just those elements that don't make sense to me. Like, obviously it's a game, but in the fictional world, the hunter wouldn't slide there. They would never choose. No one would choose to slide in that scenario. Not that that matters, but like, it's just sort of, it's an easy thing to be like, there's no good reason for sliding to be so, like, forced.
Wonderful work, my friend.
Now, having a specific input to slide might be annoying. Yeah, I should have gotten hit there. But it feels terrible when you lose, when you die once because of, well, actually I died twice because of sliding there, but just in general, when you die because of sliding, because, oh, you're running down a slope so you automatically slide, and it's not even like a steep slope. It's just a scenario where it's like, no, that didn't, oh, I should have gotten hit, honestly. It's not a scenario where it feels like, yep, that was a fair death. Was it a mistake on my part? Yes. Does it feel like a fair death? No, it doesn't. Cause it's a weird line to draw, but to me, if the death doesn't make sense, like, for the hunter in question to actually have done the action that led to the death, then it's not a fair death. Wall climbing, because you're unable to see it because you're running towards the camera, doesn't feel like a fair death because in the fictional world, hunter wouldn't climb a wall in that scenario. They know that they can't, oh yeah, if I want to climb a wall, I'll climb a wall. If I don't want to climb a wall, I know how to run alongside a wall. And like, I could run down that slope near full speed and not have to slide the slope right here. Like, there's some slopes in the game where, yeah, okay, I could respect not being able to avoid sliding. That's realistic, except hunters are superhuman. I just, when it's something so, when it's something a normal human could avoid, and you die to it because of how it's set up in a game, it just feels really bad.
I shall put this to good use.
Like, ah, good. Glad I chopped the tail off. Like,
Pardon my instinct.
it's just, I don't know. Implement a otherwise entirely meaningless, like, style option where you can choose slide down hills or don't. A toggle, slide or don't slide. That's it. Cause like, oh, I want a Superman. Oh, I waited too long. Can't Superman. I roll instead. I want a Superman. Can't Superman. I can't Superman because no thing, but it's like, oh, I'm running away. I'm delaying to Superman. So realistically, what I should do is walk away then start running when I'm about to Superman. I can work around it. But I don't because I'm bad. Like, I'm not good enough to properly manage that properly. Bit repetitive. That's a lot of MP accelerant. It wasn't quite as long as I thought it could be. It was pretty fun if you ignore the sliding. Dying twice to sliding feels pretty bad. But again, I recognize I could avoid the sliding. It's not that difficult. Just don't run and you're good. And then only run when you're about to jump, and it can obviously be worked around. It's just that it's a niche connection to make, but I played Dark Souls 2 several months ago. I died to a boss because I was menuing. I was in a menu, I got hit, I couldn't close the menu because I got hit. That frustrates me because the menu is not an internal system that makes sense. You can justify it almost as, oh, you're looking through your bags to carry weapons, which to switch to. You can almost justify that until the bag has 400,000 weapons in it. 400,000 different items. Like, it's kind of having it both ways, where the inventory is a construct of the game, but they sometimes treat it as part of the world. By getting hit, you can't quit out of a menu, delaying the time you can roll so you die. It's just kind of annoying. And it doesn't... I guess that's a case of immersion. Like, the inventory is kind of inherently not immersion filled.
Alright, here we go.
So just kind of trying to make it immersion filled in a way that's just detrimental to the player is not... It's not fun to me. Ooh, that's really bad. Wow. That could be really good. I don't know. Like, maybe you can get 3 levels of dereliction and it would be better, and you could have maybe better slot. But 2 levels of dereliction seems pretty good. The 2-1 and dragon attack seems kind of bad.
Thank you for your patience.
But Amatsu's pretty fun. I think I have one last piece of armor to make. I might not be able to make it though. Yep. Gated by the 80% drop that you can only get... Well, you can get 2 of, because for some reason it's a target reward, despite not being a target reward, which is weird. But you can only really get 1 per kill, because it's an 80% horn break, and that's supposedly it. So I'd have to farm it probably 3 more times, based on 20% chance not to get it. I've gotten it a lot. But maybe I make a weapon instead.
Don't worry about your gear. I grip this here hammer with confidence.
Because I can make the Greatsword
Ooh, I'm itching to get started.
for the Silkbind attacks, helping strong arm stance. Yeah, I don't use the Greatsword that much, but it's better for practice to use a good one. Kind of better for practice. It's not better, but if I have a good Greatsword, I can use it on harder enemies to practice. Whereas this is not a perfect Greatsword here. This is not perfect either, but yeah, I'd rather make that. Using it for raw.
I fire with fire.
What a system. I'd rather use a Risen Dragon Bone, honestly. Bunch of grinding, I could get that up. And I can get attack boost 20 there. 25, 45 more attack for 405 attack. Seems pretty good. I don't think the element is the better one. It might be, but... And I don't think affinity is the better one either. I assume attack is the best. And I could unlock them all. I couldn't use them. But I could get them all. And then I'd have 405 attack, because I would also want to get all the anomaly slots. I might grind that soon. That actually seems kind of... to get a good greatsword.
Okay, good luck.
But I'll wrap up. The fight took kind of... it took a little bit less time than I expected. But it took pretty much as long as I expected. Yeah, no ice elements. That should be fine. It does look pretty good too. Firebug Infinite. So that should be boosted, I assume. Based on the fact that it's supposedly good. Oh, what? Did I get the time? Why? What am I doing wrong? I wonder how Power Sheep interacts. I assume it doesn't, but... hits pretty hard. That's pretty fun. I'll mess with that in the future. Oh, cool. The, circle only shows up when you pull it out. I'm trying to see the... it's too quick to see the transition. Maybe there is no transition.
Wonderful work, my friend.
Yeah, just... I don't think there is actually a transition. I think some point while drawing it, it just appears. Yeah, I don't think it actually... it just appears, is what it looks like. I might try to look at it super slow-mo after this, but... or as slow as I can get it. That's kind of funny. Because you actually... I kind of wish you could see the circle expanding out. That's a big stomp radius. Yeah, I'll stop here. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Humans could learn from you.
Yeah, 'cause it's not stomp range. Hits pretty hard, which is nice. Yeah, I'll stop here. I'm getting distracted. I'll mess around with this in the future, but next time... I'm gonna try more, or I'm gonna do more Hazard Primordial Malzeno. Mostly because I want to farm Primordial Malzeno. And I figure Hazard's kind of the more interesting version. And it's in the arena, which helps a lot. But I say that. There is this. I might do this instead. Except it's not an arena. I wish it was an arena. But I should probably do this quest. It has Primordial Malzeno. I want to farm Primordial. But I also should do this quest eventually. I'll do this one sometime soon. There's a lot of these that I'm going to do eventually. That one. I haven't fought Belkana in a while. So that one might be rough. I'm worried about this one. Because Zinogre is such a, like... from the scale of... like, how the monsters scale, it's kind of middle of the road. So a hazard version, for it to warrant the hazard, it has to be super changed, right? Or it's super easy. Kind of want to do that too, see how it changes, but I'll move on. Next time I'll do that daily practice. And then maybe do a little bit of other stuff after, but... Get rid of sliding. I hate sliding. I hate wall running. I never want to see it come back in a way that isn't more controlled. If there was some change to how it was handled, such that you actually could control it properly, bring it back. I'm fine with that. Just, it gets me killed so often, and that's my own fault. But it doesn't feel good when it gets you killed. When it gets me killed. Because no one would intentionally climb a wall when they're hunting a monster if they didn't really want to. No one would intentionally start sliding unless they meant to. So it bugs me. But I'll stop there. So, have a nice day. Bye-bye.